Okay, pilots, we're going to put the Gooniac 33 Firey Booty on my 70mm here from what it is. Okay, the wings maker is what it's got on the instructions there on the back. And this was a almost ready to fly version that I got. Wingspan is 41 inches, 1,040mm. Wing area 527 square inches. Flight weight 1,920 grams. Fuselage length 57 inches, 1,450mm. And it's saying that you're running on 2 4-cells, but I've got it set up, like I said before, with the E-flat SU-30 setup in it. So, make sure here. Yep, 1850 kV. Now this is an end runner. So we should be just sliding the bulb over the cover of the motor and attaching one of these to secure it. And then plus I always put a little bit of epoxy on it too. Also provides smaller ties to tie the leads up into the motor leads when you get it done, so it'll be good and tight. Long leads here to get through your fuselage up to your cockpit when needed. It doesn't really have a left or a right on it, it's just wire harnessed in. So we want to get one of these. Also comes with a wire harness on the throttle control lead with a red lead cut out of it, but we're not going to be using that. I have to use a 3-way so that I can hook it into my ring burners, 3-color ring burners also. So we checking our polarity. We got that in there. So we put that to the side for right now. Now, we're wanting to run our motor leads through the same hole that the leads for the light burner come through. Okay. Sometimes you can only get like 2 of them in there at a time, and then you got to fish the other one in. Make sure your lead gets out of the way here. Get my cover over here moving. Alright, I want to turn that just a little bit like that. Get them leads lined up right. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. on some. Shoot, I don't know if this thing's even gonna need a zip tie or glue on it. Alright, now, I've got it on there pretty good. I might try a little bit more. Let's see here if it'll go a little bit more. I like seeing the shrink wrap on the ends of the motor leads sticking out there, so that at least it'll give the lead some protection of the edge of the mount there from scrubbing up against that. I don't like it sitting right up on the rubber casing of the wire itself. And I'm looking at the frame of the motor, I mean not the motor, but the fan unit, and making sure it's kind of looking even all the way around with the edge of the light burner, and it's looking pretty good. And then again, the way I look at how something is straight is I'm looking at these motor mounts here on each side. I'm looking at it straight on to that motor mount, okay? And then I turn my motor mounts where I can look at the motor mounts here, and I'm straight there, right there. So right quickly, I didn't have a drop of glue left in them containers when I put the ring burner in, glued the ring burner in. And I'll show you all that when we get up there. Mixing tip on it. And I'm just going to take a piece of rough sandpaper here, and I'm just going to kind of hit that motor casing there a little bit, put a scratch in it, just a little bit. You ain't stripping it here, pilots, just putting a scratch or two in it just to give that epoxy something to grab a hold to. Now I don't want to knock my numbers off here on this side, so I'm just going to do it just a little bit right there. Come all the way around here and do this right here. Now that body or mount casing for the light is kind of, it's 3D printed, pilot, so it's kind of got a rough texture to it. So I mean, if you really felt like doing it, you can put your scratch or two on that. But I mean, it's like a rough texture to it anyway. I just want to put just a little bit. Not no streaming, running bead, but just a little bit right down the seam of that. And kind of get it up on that casing there a little bit. That'll help keep it from maybe splitting one day. And then plus we fixing to put our tie on it too. Need something for it to hold on to. We want to line up our tie fastener here with the leads also. I wonder how to get this here on there. Much rain right here. I know that with my leads. Just kind of give it a little bit. Look at it, make sure it's lined up. She's lined up. Give her a good one. Making sure that's two-part epoxy is not running down into that motor or anything. It's staying exactly where I want it. Cut my extra off here without cutting the leads. And that one was mounted. I will put a tie on the motor leads and the center burner leads after I put it in the plane about halfway in. But now, I'll just kind of show you what I do. Now these ends, as you can see right here, he's got a plug on it. This is where you plug it into your battery for power. But what I do is I'll put this in here, like so. Make sure I'm right. Nope. Alright. Now right here, now what I can do is take my ring burner control box and tie in right here. Okay. That way I've always got 12 volts going into these two controllers. This lead here will go into the lead coming off of the battery lead going into the BEC. Okay. So I'll be tying into the BEC before the BEC here, tying in with my ring burners here before it goes into the center burner control. Okay. That way I won't have to be doing no plugging in and turning on and turning off when my burners are at 90. I just plug the battery in and they got power. Yeah. That's my way of doing it. If you want to do it a different way, that's you. We're gonna let that dry there a second. Letting everything check it there now. I don't want that run there. Let me get my hands clean now. It's looking good, it's looking good. I'm gonna turn it back upside down this way now. Sit there for a second. Take a little alcohol before it hardens. If after it hardens on you, if it's, you might get you some paint thinner or gasoline maybe to take it off. I don't know. The next day it'll come off. It'll peel off next day. Pipes now. What we've got here. Get this thing turned. I've got my ring burner there. Got gaps filled up. It looks kind of rough up in here, but that's gonna be all covered. They just think no hole gonna be there, but it just kind of looks kind of rough. But when you put that cover on it, that's all gonna be flush right here. So that one's ready to stick in. Then I'm gonna run the leads up through here, and the ring burner and the center burner come out right here. Go up in here. And I've got this thing's kind of set up weird where I got the receiver, but it's on the bottom of that plate right there. So when it's on there, it's upside right with that 600 gyro. And it works, and this here snaps in there pretty good. I mean, it takes a good tugging to get that thing off. I just about break it when I have to pull it off. So here's the control box for the ring burner. As I say, I already got it hooked up. I know I didn't do it, but it looked like it was. But there's our ring burner controller. Here's our ESC. Here's our BEC. Okay. Let's get all this out. It won't come out with me. I'll have to dig all that out. But there's the plug. I can feel the plug right there. Now I could go in right there with a wire harness instead of splitting into it. I might do that. I don't know. Just have to wait and see if I got one or not. But we're letting our glue dry here for a little bit. Let me get a jet over here. That's not too much help today. It's supposed to go. That battery and that light's fixing to give up, retire. I can plug it up and it still goes dead. Alright. Got leads here. We'll have 2 sets of leads going out through there. The red and the black was swapped around on this. But my yellow was yellow. Got to go under. Okay. Now then. Now we're going for the small ties. Plus, I've got to try to get this ring burner lead up here too. But it's not going to go onto the lead, so it gets lower, so it'll be all right for this one. I'm going to just get one on here. Now then, we've got to get our fishing tool, our fishing rod. That's right, we're going fishing. Okay. Go from this way then, because I got a loop on both sides. How you like me now? Alrighty then. Ring burner leads. Let's run these Firey Booties leads up underneath here. Alright, you get a hold of something that you don't want to every time. Every time. How in the world it got a hold of that LED lead, I don't know. But it did. And it won't let it go. Won't let it go to save your life. Put that plug through for the center burner first, and then one plug at a time, and your ring burner. Now, I gotta get this in here. I'm easing our motor leads back up into this hole here because it's kind of right there. And you got to line it up real perfectly. Making sure all of our leads is going down through that channel. And there we go, like a glove. Okay. It's gonna be perfect right there. So let's get them screws in it. We'll be done with this side. Left side, nope, I need the right side. Checking my glue here, yeah, it feels pretty good. Let's see here. Listen to this cover, pilots. Listen to this. Magnetized, baby. Magnetized. That's fitting perfect. Yeah. Don't even want to come off. My center burner is dead center. Okay, that side's done, pilots. Okay. I'm not going to show you, 2 times. But I gotta do it to this side. I got to start with my ring burner. I hadn't put my ring burner in this side yet. So maybe the next video we'll be testing this thing out, wiring it up. I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July. And may the rest of our year be as smooth as it's been so far anyway. I'm out.